Friends, I am Dr. Surjit Ghosh. Welcome to my channel, Dr. Ghosh Presents. Homeopathic remedies for dysmenorrhea. What is dysmenorrhea? During menstruation, some women feel a deep crampy pain in lower abdomen. This is known as dysmenorrhea. Abnormal contraction of uterine muscles is the reason of dysmenorrhea. Dysmenorrhea are of two types, primary, secondary. What are the reasons of dysmenorrhea? Number one, primary. Primary dysmenorrhea. This occurs due to disequilibrium in synthesis of local hormone prostaglandin. It is seen within 12 months of menarche. That is, this is a disease of adolescent period. Menarche generally starts about 12 months, 12 years, between around 12 years. And from that first menstruation is called menarche. From that first, it is this primary dysmenorrhea is seen within 12 months of this onset of menarche. Number two, secondary dysmenorrhea. Owing to certain diseases of pelvis of women, this type of dysmenorrhea is seen like endometriosis, pelvic inflammatory diseases, uterine fibroids, polyps, ectopic pregnancy, etc. What are the other symptoms of dysmenorrhea? Low back pain, pain radiating through thigh, vomiting, nausea, headache, languor, weakness, diarrhea, and fainting. Some relevant pictures have been shown here. Please just correlate with the words. Who are predisposed to dysmenorrhea? Women who have addictions, too much alcohol, coffee, smoking, drug, etc., who are obese or overweight, whose menarche, first menstrual period, was early, who never conceive, who do not use sterilized pads during menstrual period. These persons are generally predisposed to dysmenorrhea. How to prevent dysmenorrhea? Avoid all addictions. Control daily foods and drinks. Take physical exercise 10 to 15 minutes daily. Avoid mental stress. Use sterilized pad during menstrual period. Never use any hygienic or scented fluid in vulval or vaginal space except lukewarm water and saline water. Mind this is a very, very important point. Never use any hygienic, so-called hygienic or scented fluid in vulval or vaginal space except only this thing can be used, lukewarm plain water or saline water at the best, because all other things are dangerous for this region. MACPHOS for dysmenorrhea, that is medicine. Homeopathic medicines, first MACPHOS. Menstrual colic, pains radiating from spine during or preceding flow, vaginismus. Vaginismus means spasms of the vagina. Ovarian neuralgia, worse on left side, better from external application of heat. Nervous headache with sparks before eyes. Menses, preponing, that is anticipating, advancing. This month, say 20th, the next month it comes to 15th, then it comes to 12th. This is called preponing. MAC curve for dysmenorrhea. Before menses, ulcerated sore throat commencing on one side going to the other, chilliness, great weakness and backache, pressing towards pelvis with cutting pain in abdomen. During, headache and heaviness of head, better at night, face pale, neuralgic pain in face driving her out of bed, diarrhea with great trembling of limbs after severe backache with itching of vulva. Lilienthal for dysmenorrhea. Before, nervous palpitation with a choking feeling, worse lying on right side, better on left side. During, great weakness, dysmenorrhea with sensation of constriction from back around hips ending in pudenda. Dysmenorrhea from dislocation, clammy coldness of limbs, pressure and weight low down in vagina, better by firm pressure with hands on vulva, sharp pain across hypogastrium from ileum to ileum. After, profuse bright yellow liquoria, acrid, excoriating external parts, ovarian neuralgia, burning and stinging pain with cutting sensation in mammae. Zingiber for dysmenorrhea, too early and too profuse, blood dark and clotted, looks exhausted before menses, suffers from violent drawing pain in sacrum and is irritable and chilly during flow. Natrum for dysmenorrhea, too late, too short, too scanty, again maybe too early or too profuse, before sadness, anxiety, faintness, palpitation and fluttering of the heart with throbbing headache which persistently continues after menses. Music causes weeping. Must sit down to prevent procidentia. Procidentia is the feeling of something coming down through the vaginal spaces. This procidentia that is mainly uterus. During sleepy in daytime, lassitude and trembling, morning headache. After headache, impatient, hasty, pimples and itching at vulva, falling out of hairs, loses flesh while eating well. Natrum sulfur dysmenorrhea. First 2 days profuse, acrid, corrosive. During last days, large lumps of clotted blood discharged. Before, violent nosebleed. During, colic with scanty flow and hard knotty stool. Chilly in afternoon. Flows freely while walking. After, liquoria with great heaviness, acrid, corrosive with sticking pain in vagina. Lacan for dysmenorrhea. Before, great enjoyment of mammae which are sore. Dry, husky cough causing soreness of abdomen. Itching of vulva, flutters from bowels and vagina. During, great distress in pelvic region with sensation as if abdomen would burst. Pain and soreness in mammae full of small hard lumps. Dejected and despondent. Feel herself surrounded with snakes. Mind this is a peculiar symptom, uncommon peculiar symptom. Feels herself surrounded with snakes. If any patient reports this, or he says that I am dreaming of snake very often, then Lacan will be the medicine without any doubt. Please give this and he will be relieved and he will be completely cured. Sabatilia for dysmenorrhea, too late and irregular. Flows by fits and starts, sometimes weaker and then stronger, with painful bearing down sensation a few days before. Cutting pain, ovarian region. Nymphomania from ascarites. Now what is nymphomania? Nymphomania means excessive feeling of sex. Excessive feeling of sex in ladies is called nymphomania. From ascarite means actually worms. The worms from the rectum is coming out from anus and entering into the vaginal passage. That causes extra irritation in the vagina and leading to nymphomania. Sulfur for dysmenorrhea. Too late, too short, too scanty or suppressed, blood thick, dark, acrid, corroding, sour smelling of putrid odor, worse in the morning when she gets up, sometimes driving her out of bed. Before, headache, nosebleed, restless and anxiety, weak, fainting, liquoria and itching of vulva. During dysmenorrhea, flow sets in to great pain, worse during bathing, heat on the top of head, vertigo, heartburn, liquoria, asthma. After, acrid, smarting liquoria, great weakness in uterine region, itching, excoriating of vulva and vagina. Phytoloca for dysmenorrhea. Too frequent, too profuse. Membranous dysmenorrhea, that is the dysmenorrhea, that is painful menstruation when membranes are pressing too much. It is called membranous dysmenorrhea with sore and painful breasts. Pain menstruation of barren women. Accompanying erosion and ulceration of cervix of the uterus. Thuja occidentalis for dysmenorrhea. Too early and too profuse, or too scanty, too short and too early. Liquoria from one cycle to another. Before, profuse sweat, burning in left ovary, labor-like pain in abdomen. During, distressing pain in left ovary, worse in motion, has to lie down. Burning pain in vagina, worse from walking. After, sleeplessness, nightmare, vertigo and closing eyes, blotches, freckles and psychotic eruptions. Vaginismus. Vaginismus means spasms of the vagina. In uterine region, itching, excoriating of vulva and vagina. Zingiber for dysmenorrhea. Too early, too profuse, especially at night and when walking passes
lumps and clots before, angry, weeping, incessant fidgety feeling in the lower limb and feet. This is the basic symptom of gingiva. Fidgety feeling in lower limb and feet. The patient always dances or fits while sitting. Abdomen distended, feeling of suffocation, has to loosen her clothing, boring pain over left ovary, better by pressure. During, perfectly okay so long as flow continues. After, return of all former complaints with mucous leukorrhea and colic. Mind this, we have, I have described here 12 medicines, but actually the number of dysmenorrhea, the number of remedies in homeopathy for dysmenorrhea are maybe more than 50 or 60. I have just taken out a few of the diseases, few of the medicines or rather remedies. Before, too much of medicine remedies description may be very much boring. That's why only 12 medicine have been given. Mind this, if you want to read this thing, you have to go to book like Lilienthal, Dr. Lilienthal Therapeutics is the best book in the market, rather in homeopathy. Dr. Samuel Lilienthal. I have given the name of Lilienthal in my description part. With this video ends. Thanks for listening and viewing. If any problem is there, please write down in the comment section. I will certainly reply.